All right, welcome to my Zipless any percent walkthrough here. So I am starting at the very start of the game. Oftentimes I would just skip this segment for a tutorial, but there is a lot of new movement strats since I made the tasks, so I figured it was worth just going through right quick. So before the run starts here, I can talk about the menu glitch. We can talk about this as this cutscene is playing. So what the menu glitch is just like, I think it's because of the PC port or whatever. But what you can do is you can get the menu to open like the text here, but remove the background that freezes your gameplay. So the way you do that is just by opening the menu, you press escape to close it, and then you just need to press escape a second time at the right timing. So I just you can probably hear my clicking here. Didn't get it. So I think I was a little too late there. You see when the orange stuff flashes, that's when you need to press it. So there, I got it now. So see, that's overlaid onto the game, and you can still play like this. You see the cutscenes playing in the background, so it's easy. And so while we're in here, let's talk about keybinds. So I use keyboard and mouse to play this game. If you want to use controller, then why is the sound playing? I turned that off. If you want to use controller, you can, but talk to 7 Eraser 7. Oh yeah, this is another stupid glitch this game does. I had the sound at 0%, but it still plays. Makes sense. So yeah, so keybinds here. So if you're playing on keyboard and mouse, and it's all the similar stuff, you're gonna still want to do the same setup. There's just slight differences with the controller to get the menu to not refresh and stuff. Maybe I can put a link in the description to a text document talking about that or something. But yeah, so what you want is about your movement, and then this is an important one here. You want your jump action to be binded to enter, and that'll be obvious later. The reason for that is because we want to press enter and jump basically at the same time. So having them binded together allows us to do that. And then for all this stuff, you just need a way to use it on the keyboard, because you can't use your mouse during the gameplay when you have that menu glitch open. So see, I have wall running bounded to the K key, and then dagger is on I. So I just have a way to hit those buttons. Same with this one, stuff like that. And then reset camera, that's also useful. And then this is an optional thing here. So when I was talking about the menu, to get it, you just need to hit escape once. But to get it more consistently, I just bind it to the mouse wheel. So I just hit escape, and then I scroll the mouse wheel at a moderate speed, and then I can get it basically every time. But if you can get it fine without, then that doesn't matter. And then the only other thing is camera movement. You can bind that, which is useful. Sometimes I have it binded to the left and right arrow keys. Yeah, that's all good. I guess I can just show this stuff. That stuff doesn't matter. What am I trying to find? This, yeah. Turn tutorials off, obviously, in slow motion. And yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah. So this walkthrough is just going to be the strats that I use, and hopefully we'll have other stuff in a playlist for alternate strats and stuff. Yeah, I just wanted to make because the tutorial that's up on speedrun.com right now is pretty outdated, so I thought it was worth, even if this tutorial is bad, it's still something. So yeah, just I'm just gonna go through this pretty fast, except for when we get to the tricks. So just copy what I'm doing, and can mention some stuff here. For this jump here, when you get past that second black dot, that's when you want to jump. So you're wall running here, and then once you get past the second black dot, that's when you jump to land up here. And then what you do here is you just hold right, and then you can jump straight that way to get over this cutscene. That's right here. So here's the first big trick called fish cutter skip. You're supposed to go up here to get the dagger, the fish cutter, but you can actually skip it 2 ways. Actually technically 3, but I won't go into the third one. So there's two ways that you can use in the run, which is this way. You line up here, and you can actually wall run across this wall, or you can use a setup here. And I don't really know how to do this way efficiently because I don't use it. But there is a way you can like do that. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Except I safety fall way too early. But yeah, you can like do what I did there, and then fall off the wall, and then do a safety fall, which is a technique we'll get into more later. But you just hit secondary and jump when you're on a wall, and he does that attack. But to go into this method more, which I do know how to do, so I can talk about this one. You all run into this corner here, and then you move the camera over so that you can see 3 of the like black squares in the upper left corner. So once you can see like part of the third one like that, then you can do a wall run and continue to hold forward and then delay the wall run a bit. And if you delay it correctly, which I didn't do there, like that. See, if you delay the second wall run, then you get the prince to actually wall run across there and make it up to there. Yeah, so you just like turn the camera like that so you can see 3 black squares. Then you start the wall run, hold forward, and then delay the second one, roughly like half a second. I'll just do it a couple more times. And if you have the camera like more to the right, you can still make it work if you delay more. That. But yeah, like the best camera setup is those 3 black dots. Not too hard. Like once you get used to it, you can pretty much do it every time, and then it's just a matter of doing it faster. But you can try both methods. Maybe I'll try this way one more time just to show it. Like that. There we go. So yeah, that is another way to get down here. And the thing about this, the reason why this is like it's not any faster, it's basically the same speed, is because there's a load trigger you have to backtrack for. So if you do that method, you need to come up here, climb this ladder, and then jump over to this ledge there. And then you would come back down here on the ladder and continue like that. But let me just do the other way to show the movement there. I won't do many like alternate strats like this, but this is one that I do want to mention because if people are trying to learn fish getter skip, because this original way is, I would say, is harder than that way. But it's just, I'm just so used to this way, so I don't want to change it. There's no reason to, it's not any faster. If you do this way, then you would just come up here and just continue casually at this point. Up there, and you could jump like directly over to here. And then get over here, and then you hit the load trigger during this movement, so you don't need to worry about that. And for this jump, there's a little like black line on the wall there. That's how you can tell where to jump from. So like I would move a little closer here, and then you can jump, and you should grab the ladder like that. Note about movement, rolling is slightly faster than walking normally. That's why I'm doing it all over the place. But if you don't want to, feel free to not do it. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It would add up, and there's certain cycles that you can only make with rolling. But generally, like with this movement here, it's fine if you just not want to roll. Alright, so after here, we're going to do safety fall, which I mentioned before. This is like one of the harder ones, so feel free to skip it if you want to. But if you look down there, there's a black dot on the wall. That's what I use as a visual. So what you do is you just hit wall run next to this wall, and then you need to wait until you're down by that black dot, and then you press the secondary key and jump. It can be at the same time or slightly different. It doesn't matter. Just press both of them, and then you'll do safety fall like that. And that allows you to survive that fall. That's one of like the bread and butter. It's not like tricks, I guess. It's not really a glitch. But yeah, it's one of the things we use all over this run. The main glitch we will be using is like drop glitches and the menu glitch. So here, if you want to like you want to like get away from this archer as quickly as possible. So what I do is you can just roll when you're about here, and then that'll make the prince grab, like hang off of it like this instead of falling, and then you can just press drop and hold back to like buffer a block roll to the ladder like that. Just a little thing to prevent the archer from hitting you. Nice. I don't know why that happened. So there I did like another attack off the wall. It's instead of pressing secondary and jump, you press torpedo, or you press primary attack and jump, and we call it a torpedo. And that one only works when there's enemies near you. So that's, we can use it there to avoid that archer, but you see I'm trying to do it here and it doesn't work. So that's why like that's not used as much. Then we'll continue this way. I can just continue to copy my movements. There, I like to lose a little height on the wall so I can fit 2 rolls onto that platform, because then you can start lining up the camera as you do the second roll. You want to line up the camera until you're facing like that second window panel thing with his head, and then jump to the wall and jump back like that. Then you should land as close to as possible to that ledge. Obviously, these little skips, if you're having like a lot of trouble with them, just don't do them. Because at this point, if you're just learning, it's much better to just finish runs than to do little skips like this. Nice. Ideally, you want to grab onto the lower part of that ledge, but that's fine. I should talk about that. So you saw like I went to the first person camera there. Anytime you land in a stagger from like a high height, you can cancel it by going into first person. Like all I'm doing is as soon as I'm landing, I'm pressing first person, and then I'm just continuing to walk right away, which pushes you out of it. So you just go like that. For this archer here, you want to jump to his left side like that, walk a bit on the ground, and then jump again. And you should be lined up so that he just doesn't shoot you here. Another important thing I should mention about movement, because it does actually matter later in this segment, is buffering. So any animation where you're like getting up from something, you can buffer it. So when I like wall run up here, as soon as he enters the animation of starting to grab the ledge, I'm just holding spacebar or whatever your jump button is to buffer getting up. So you can buffer a lot of things, and that'll be important for the ending of this this segment. It makes things more consistent. But yeah, like here I'm just holding jump so he gets up right away like that. Then same thing here, as soon as I do the last jump on the wall, I'm just holding jump. But then this jump you need to mash for, so that one you can't buffer. But then the next one I can, so I jump once and then I hold jump again. Hope that makes sense. You can probably hear like when I'm mashing and not mashing. All right, so for this jump, there's a jump here to a edge that saves like 9 seconds. Again, feel free to not do it if you're having trouble, but if you want to do it, I recommend doing this wall run, because it is faster and it also sets you up nicely to do it. So as soon as you land, you want to like go back a bit here and then wall run over this. Then you can go to this corner and roll over that wooden thing. Oh, dude, cool. The enemies didn't even notice me. How did that happen? What? I've never had that happen before. Are they? Oh, they're broken. Okay, I don't know how that happened, but cool. That's like the AI glitch. I don't know how I got it, but that's cool because I can talk about this. So you want to jump to that ledge over there, and it's really annoying because if you're too far to the right, you'll just walk onto this plank like so. And also if you're too far to the left, then you bonk on this railing and then jump that way instead and die. So you kind of need to like, you can roll up to here and then line up to the middle of this, but like a little bit to the left, because if you're too far to the right, you'll grab that ledge, and then just jump straight to that, like so. The jump isn't very far. Like you don't need to delay the jump. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to wait as much as possible before you jump, but you do need the right positioning so you don't bonk on that railing thing. All right, so this is where we're going to. We're going to actually death abuse because we need the weapon. If we don't have the weapon at the end of this segment, then you get the fish gutter at that point, and then you don't have rewind. So all your powers are like back a step, so we need to fix that. So what you do is you want to roll once to that body to get the checkpoint, and then just come back, and you can try to wall run off of this wooden thing, but if you don't get it, then just drop off. Doesn't really matter. Just hit retry, and then as soon as you spawn here, before you even have movement, angle the camera a little to the left, and then as soon as you have movement, you can walk on top of that body and then get a wall run over the fence like that. And there, I'm doing a safety fall there just because it's faster animation. Probably saw that on other jumps too. So here, this is probably like the most annoying archer section in the whole game. And the fastest way I find to do it, or the most consistent way, I mean, is to use side rolls. So as soon as I land after this fence here, I do an attack so I can take my weapon out, and then I do side rolls. Yeah, so I'll just like try to show it here. I'm doing side rolls, and if you time them correctly, or if you just mash fast enough, then the auto targeting won't stop you. You can jump up here and you do a little stagger like that, and then you should get up here without getting hit, just like that. That's like the whole. Oh, nice! Didn't know that cutscene would trigger. I'll try to show that one time. And the reason like I do the stagger is because if you don't, you almost always get shot. So if you go through without getting hit at all, you get to the wall run part, then you want to do that little stagger on the wall, because if you don't, you almost always get shot. But if you make a mistake on your way to it, then don't bother doing it, because it's just up to RNG at that point. Yeah, so I'll just try to show it one more time. Might be able to hear like I'm actually timing my side rolls, because you can buffer these just like other inputs in the game. Yeah, see the stagger there, like that archer shot definitely would have hit me if I didn't stagger. But yeah, you just watch that cutscene, then go over here. So yeah, about the buffering again. So when you do rolls and side rolls, you can buffer them, so you can actually press roll before the first roll is done, and then if you time it right, and get there like that. It happened there. It's kind of hard to see with that, but like, this one you can do even earlier, so you might be able to hear the difference. See, like I pressed spacebar like before the first roll was even over with. You can actually buffer them together, and that'll force the auto targeting to not take over. Yeah, and the other option is just to mash as quickly as possible. Okay, so here we're going to do a little safety fall. You don't need to lose a lot of height here. Just kind of lose a bit like that, and then safety fall down. Get up here, and then we're going to attack this archer so he doesn't shoot us. And as soon as you attack, do an animation cancel so you can gain control faster, which is just pressing block. So when I attack, if I attack and then press block after, see how it cancels the attack? So as soon as you make contact with the archer, just tap block, and then it cancels the animation faster so you can leave. And same thing there, do an animation cancel right after you break the furniture. Okay, so there's an archer up there, and safety falls will auto target enemies. So if we do a wall run towards the archer instead of going up like you're supposed to and use a safety fall, the auto targeting will force us to grab the railing there. So it's a really easy timing. You can go pretty early, so just wall run, press safety fall, and you should grab the railing like this. And come up here, do another stagger there, so the archer, so you wait for the archer to go away. And then you can just climb up. Oh, nice. Wasn't paying attention to my position. That's funny. All right, that's fine. I can just show this again. So yeah, like you do need to be a little closer to the edge of that plank before jumping. I just wasn't paying attention at all. Another option you could do is just like attack him and then just actually throw him off like that. If you have trouble with him. I used to do that. All right, and then here we're going to, you're going to come over here to do a wall run. And as soon as you start wall running, do an attack off the wall like that so you don't break the first furniture item. That'll make it so you can do that next movement without getting shot. And here, small skip here, very optional. It doesn't save a lot of time. But you want to wall run against here and then turn the camera like so, and then you can wall run in the corner and get up there. It's also the best skip in the game because it allows you to catch Kylina well before they make it to the door, but RIP doesn't end the game. Alright, so starting more side rolls here, which is the fastest form of movement. I don't think I mentioned that, but because at the start you don't even have the weapon, so it's irrelevant. But with the weapon, the fastest form of movement is with side rolls. Yeah, so you just do that movement, wall run. That's actually a skip, really easy. And then when you get over here, you want to wall run on this wall because it triggers the traps as soon as possible. Wall run like that, and then go here, do a wall run to time the trap, and then you can get across like so. And here I do two jumps just to time these traps. And you should be able to make the cycle like that. And we are going to grab a secondary for some glitches later. So what you want to do is wall run about this position, and it should cause that to break without falling. That's because I stopped. But if you wall run like that, it should cause that container to break without falling. And then as soon as it breaks, you can roll and then press the weapon button to pick it up during the roll. Which surprisingly a lot of people didn't know of casually, which I find funny. For that cutscene, just re-grab this lever and it stops the cutscene. Alright, so for this area, this is the area that I was saying buffering is really important. So if you want to do this the fastest way, do what I'm going to do here and buffer everything. If you want it to be more safe, kill the first archer that's up here. Don't bother killing only the second one. Like either kill one, that guy, or kill both if you want to. Yeah, but I'll just show the best way and then I'll move on because I want to get to the glitches. So like all these rolls like matter to this movement. Oh wow, I already fucked it up. Nice. Yeah, and that wall run is buffered too. Everything is buffered. Yeah, this is all messed up now. I might put a separate video of doing that correctly. Yeah, if you want to be safe, you can just kill them with this combo. All right, so that's the safe way to do that area, I guess. I feel like I'll add a video for that, but it's fine for now because I want to get going with this. All right, so the first glitch we're actually going to use is like one of the more complicated glitch. called ledge storage. And oftentimes the way to get this is by getting hit by an enemy. But there's a very unique situation with these rocks here that you can actually get storage. So if you walk on top of these rocks and move to the left towards this fence, you see how like the prince was like, looks like he's about to like try to climb over that weird animation. I'm trying to get it to like happen over and over again because it can do that. Do it. Like that. Okay, there we go. See how he's like ducking down? That's him trying to climb this ledge, but the rocks are canceling it. So once you see that weird animation that I think I was able to show there, then you should have the storage. So you just do that and then you leave. Wall run over those furniture items and side roll down the hallway. So what that actually does is kind of like stores that position. So the next time we climb over a ledge, the game will try to port us back to that location. It'll try to move us back really quickly to that location. And when I say really quickly, I mean like within like 4 frames. Oops. Over that trap, you can actually just like move through it like that. It's kind of funny. I use side rolls, but you don't have to. You can just roll normally and still get through it. Then you just kind of like do this area. And hopefully not die. Alright, so here you can start doing a horizontal wall run on the first pole there. Jump right there, do 2 climbs, jump to the left, and then do 4 climbs. And get up there. On this stagger panel, when you do a wall run, as soon as you start losing height, you can jump. So I'm starting to lose height, and I can jump and grab the lower part of this pillar here. Alright, and then here we're going to do the drop glitch, which is throwing your weapon at the same time as you step over a ledge, like that. That allows you to fall down without dying. I'm going to rewind. I'm going to turn on cheats too. Forgot to do that. Okay, I have cheats on now. Let me do Quicksand just so it looks more like less cheating. Okay, so I just hacked my game to have infinite sands for tutorial purposes. For the run, you only have 3 right now. Yeah, so you just throw your weapon as you walk over the ledge, and the fastest way to do it is just to approach it and do that. But if you mess up that timing, there's a way to do it consistently by hanging off the ledge, and you get up, take out your weapons, and press forward and throw close to each other, but not at the same time. So you take out weapons, forward throw, like that. If you do it at the same time, you're just gonna like throw in the same. Okay, it worked. But if you do them at the exact same time, you're just gonna throw it like forward like that. So what you want to do is press forward first and then throw. So you're kind of buffering the movement forward and then causing the drop glitch to happen. Yeah, and then another good thing to know where I just did that is that you can cancel a throw with a jump. So if you throw and you're scared of losing it, you can actually just mass jump and stop the throw like that. Yeah, so continue. Alright, so here, I would consider this optional. I think it's a bit faster, but feel free to not do it. I like to deload these traps now, so I get the menu glitch, and then we're going to use one iteration of the menu glitch called a roll teleport. So you hover over quit to main menu, and then we're going to do a roll and pause the game right away. And we can do that really fast by using our enter key. It's bind to jump. So when I do a roll, I'm gonna press down and then press enter, like that. See how he like started the roll animation? And if I stop it, he'll continue it, like that. And then what that does is pause the game during that animation. And when it's paused, if you rewind to that point, like that, then it causes you to like teleport back, like that. And that just skips the load trigger to start these traps at all. And when I did it there, I kind of showed you how you're rewinding back to that point like this and then teleporting. But you don't need to actually wait to do that. You can do it immediately. So you can just like do that and then hold rewind and then press no. And then it happens right away like that. Just need like the smallest time of rewind. It doesn't need to be long at all. That. Yeah, so you do that and then we're going to continue this way. So this is the point where you're just like using the keyboard because we have the menu open. And then we're actually going to come this way. There is menu stuff we could do, but with this new storage strat, we can just come here and climb up this ledge, and it'll cause us to... Storage just happens to bring you up here, so it skips the rest of that room. And if nothing happened when you climbed over the ledge, then you just failed to get storage at the start of this segment. That strat's really nice because it, like, normally before that strat we would use 2 sand to get through that area, but now we only need 1. So yeah, so I use 1 on the traps, and so we still have 2 left. So there are like a lot of animations that you can boost with the menu. That boost we did was more of a teleport type thing, but it's still kind of a boost. It's like a roll boost. But yeah, so like we can do it on a lot of animations, and one of the things you can do it on is pulls. So like the swing pulls here. So for these, it's pointless to do it. But for this one, for some reason, the devs thought it would be cool to have a missing pull, so you can't just like swing naturally and get across here. It's really dumb. But we can use the boost to fix that. So you want to jump to the pole, and then press jump to jump away from the pole, right? And pause immediately. You need to pause very quickly for this to work. I think I paused too early. Yeah, I did. Okay. So you see how my hands let go of the pole? That means I paused, right? So now it's going to boost across like that. Really nice to get across that gap without having to swing over super slowly. All right, and then we just come down here. All right, so there's another like cycle thing here that I guess I'll show. Oh, nice audio. Yes, I'm just gonna try to do this fast to show you the cycle. But if you don't make it, it's whatever. Just take the dagger panel. See here. So you want to climb down to the left side of that slide, so you can grab the second pole here. And it actually is very viable to make this in Zipless because you have the menu. So we can actually boost the get up animation here. I'm getting up on this ledge and then pausing, and then I can boost that downwards to skip the slide thing there. I should make it. Yeah, right here. So that's the cycle that I was trying to make. But if you don't make it, then just wait for the dagger panel to come out again. Right here, we can jump away from this slide to trigger the Dark Prince cutscene faster. So what you want to do is first turn around like that by pressing left or right, so you're facing the right direction, and then slide down, and then as soon as you're about here, you can jump. It's like there's kind of like a black marking there, but yeah, as soon as you're about here, just jump, and then you should hit that cutscene. Alright, fun Dark Prince section here. There's a little safety fall you could do here. The angle is kind of weird. To get that, you need to kind of like move away from the wall and come at it from a wider angle to get that wall run. But you can safety fall there. And the movement I'm doing here is specific. So I purposely like went to that corner and waited a second, because it usually makes these enemies back off. We're going through here. If you are perfect in your movement, you don't need a sand here, but I pretty much just always recommend getting a sand. You don't you just break it there and then you'll get the sand here. But if you're super slow, then you should wait for it. And here we can use another cutscene to prevent our death. So what you can actually do is roll to the right side of this ledge, and when you roll, let go while you're input, and that'll cause the prince to grab onto the ledge like that. If you don't let go of your input, you'll just walk onto that beam. So you need to let go of your inputs so he grabs onto it like this and then just fall down. Alright. So now that we're back to the regular prince, we do want a secondary again. Nice, I made that cycle. Which was totally off because I waited, it just so happened to line up. Yeah, grab that secondary best you can. I use like a side roll attack to break it. So if you're slow, the enemies will give you trouble, but yeah, just get that weapon the best you can. And it's probably really annoying to you to have this menu open when you're playing, but I'd recommend just getting used to it. Learn to love the menu. But if you want to get rid of it, you can. I think I remember if I mentioned how to get rid of it, but let me kill these archers and then I'll tell you how. Because we are going to get rid of it up here. At least I recommend getting rid of it. So the couple ways to get rid of it, you kill those archers just with the combo, the standard primary, secondary combo. So the two ways to get rid of it is one, when you're rewinding and you press continue, then it goes away. The other way to do it without a rewind is to enter the options menu, and then when it's fully faded in like that, you press escape and it should cancel out of it, like so. Yeah. So like if you're doing a trick, like I'll just show it when I get to it here. The rewind method is really nice if you use a boost, because you can get rid of it at the same time as doing the trick. So up here, we're going to do the fortress cutscene skip here. So if you want a checkpoint, move over to that fountain, which I'll do that just because in case I die or whatever. So you get a checkpoint that way, but if you want to just go fast, then just walk forward a little bit there to load the enemies. And then after that, you come to this corner so that you can wall run this section of the wall here. Not like this. It needs to be on this like beam thing or whatever. And then we're going to do another boost with, this time with a wall run flip. So when you do a flip, if you pause the game, that also causes a boost, and it kind of goes to the left like that, and you can get up here. And there is a timing to this. So if you're too early, then I think you just die Okay, that worked. But yeah, it's hard to go early, but if you're too late, then you'll just miss it completely. Like, that'll definitely be too late. Yeah, so that happens. You'll just either die that way or you'll just land back on the floor. But if you get the right timing, which is roughly when his body is like horizontal, that makes sense. I usually look at like his forehead, so there I can like just barely see his forehead, so it should work. And then I just do the buffer like that, and then you get up here. And when you do that, you can also get rid of the menu, which I do recommend. You don't have to, but I recommend it. So when you do the boost, you press quit, and then you're holding rewind to buffer it. Instead of pressing enter once to do the boost, press it twice while you're holding rewind. So I press it twice, and then I let go. And then it gets rid of the menu and also does the trick. So you do that, and then you press enter twice while holding rewind, and then let go. And then that gets rid of the menu, and you're up here. And now we're going to go to this corner and drop glitch down. The way I do it is by lining up like kind of like facing this direction. You don't want to do it from this angle because there's like more invisible ground, so you do it from facing this angle, and then you just kind of walk close to the edge and then try to time the throw, which I mistimed there. If you mess it up, you can kind of like inch towards the end again. I haven't practiced this in a while, so I'm really bad at it. There we go. So yeah, you just have to time the drop glitch. That one you can't do the consistent version, obviously, because you can't hang off that ledge, so you need to time it. But yeah, then when you get down here, this one's easy because you can just move so that his right leg is like about there, like the last quarter of that ledge, and then you don't need to move forward at all. Just press the throw button, and you'll drop glitch down. All right, and then once you get down here, we're gonna kill this guard by doing primary combo. Then that guy is just one primary and a combo. So all the attack strats like just increase in dagger hits. So archers just need the combo, the normal enemies need one hit, then the combo, and the red guards need 2 hits in the combo. With that sword, with this one, it's weaker, so it's different. We'll do other fight strats later. Yeah, so we get this red guard sword, which is it regenerates your sand, so that's really useful. And then we also got this. Change my sand to 4. So we got this, which gives us a 4th sand tank. And actually, I'm just gonna get rid of the cheats at this point because this sword regenerates your sand so quickly that it doesn't even matter. Yeah, so we want to get those, and then we can come over here, drop glitch down here, and then use the first jump boost here. So for this one, you're going to want to do, you're going to want to hold block. So that's the button on the keyboard that you have bound, and then do a jump and also press quit very fast by using your conveniently binded enter key. So you just hit enter really fast, and you should do a jump like that and also pause the game. And then you do your rewind after pressing no, and then you should boost up like that. And here you can try, if you do that movement, oftentimes he won't hit you. But just get to the switch as fast as you can. Let the enemy hit you, and then try to go over to this corner. This area is really annoying. Then you want to drop glitch down there. If you're having trouble, you can just like kill them, but yeah. Do another jump boost here. Grab the switch. All right. Another thing you can do with that drop glitch if you're having trouble is find a little ledge that's next to the enemy, because then you're kind of like, he can't attack you up there. Yeah, so this is the chariot section. There's nothing special about this. just going. There is a rewind trick you can do, which is rewinding twice to the same frame. I guess I'll do it. Show it, might as well. It can save a second if you get it with 2 sand, but it takes more than that, then you're losing time, so not really worth going for, but might as well take this opportunity to talk about rewind tricks. There we go. So that's a rewind trick. So I rewound twice to the same frame, and that like it causes the memory to like back up, so it redid the action of being alive instead of dead, and then it caused me to just go through the wall. Kind of the best way I can explain it. But yeah, like I don't recommend even doing that in runs. I just do it for fun sometimes, but don't do that. There are a couple of rewind tricks that we'll use in this run, which is like the most inconsistent glitch, but there's one early on that's really easy, and then there's one later that's just necessary. So we'll see that, talk about more when we get there. So here we're gonna do our side rolls. I don't think it's any faster to do side rolls, but since you're facing sideways, I kind of just like it. And then here, there's a little small skip you can do here by wall running in this corner. And if you jump high enough on the wall run, do a max wall run, then you'll grab the ledge over here. Alright, there's kind of annoying strat you can do here. That does save like quite a bit of time, so I do recommend it. But if you're having trouble, then just go the normal way and say hi to Patrick down there. But yeah, you just break that first furniture item and stand right here, and then face the camera roughly this way. It's not very precise. And then hold the wall run button and then hold forward. And that should cause you to get a wall run like that. It's really weird. Yeah, it should let you wall run around the corner like that. And then the most consistent way to get down there without dying is to pause the game with the menu. So what you do is you do the wall run and then you let go at the start of that window, and then at the end of the falling off the wall, you pause the game. You let go and then pause right about there. And then when you do the buffered rewind, it should cause the prince to fall straight down and land right here. You can do that without the menu, but it's like way harder and not even viable to use. So yeah, use the menu if you're going to do that. And then we get here, and now we're going to, you might think we want to just drop it straight down here, and we used to do that, but now we're going to get another type of storage called panel storage. So we're going to wall run here and do a safety fall. That's a speed kill. If you don't, I didn't realize that would happen. Does he move again? Okay, if you don't stop, he's not going to be there, so it's not an issue, but I don't know what to do here. Okay, that worked. Here we go. So if you don't stop there, that enemy won't be there. So you do a safety fall off that dagger panel. And what that actually does is... try to drop glitch there. If you can't, then just take the slide. So what that does is saves the panel type jump. So the next time we jump off a wall, we get... oh, it didn't work there because of the enemies, I think. I'll just show it later. I do want to like talk about it for a second because Actually, just kill these guys. Alright, I just want to talk about it for a second because you need to make sure that you don't lose it. So any jump you do off the wall like that, you see how he did a weird jump? That'll cause you to lose the storage. So what it stores is that panel jump. See that like spring jump I did? That's what we're storing. And so to avoid losing that, you need to avoid jumping off of walls and also bonking on walls. Like if you do that, so I bonked on the wall like that, that'll cause you to lose it. So make sure you're avoiding any of that. But doing like a wall run is fine as long as you didn't wall run far enough to hit that wall and bonk. A common place I would lose it is here. If you're jumping and if you happen to bonk on the wall like that, that'll cause you to lose it. Make sure you rewind that and jump more straight so you don't hit the wall. We're going to do this quick dark print section. Now, ideally you have like 4, at least 3, but if you want you can like wait with the sword to get the 4th sand because the dogs will steal it. Yeah, just do that. Then there was an old strat we would do here by jumping between the 2 walls, but that'll cause us to lose the panel storage. So instead, do the movement I was doing before where you slide to the side and then get up. Alright, so this is where we're going to use the panel storage. So there's a cutscene over there past those archers that we don't want to watch. What we're going to do is we're going to come into this corner and kind of face like out this direction so that when you hold wall run, you don't get a wall run, right? Because you want to have it buffered. So I'm holding wall run right now. It's not happening. But if I press, I'm holding forward and wall run right now. And if I press left for a long enough time, see I can kind of tap it and it's fine. But if I hit it for long enough, that happens. That's the jump we're trying to get the panel storage off of. So I press left long enough and then do the jump like that, and you should get the panel jump over to here. And unfortunately, that alone is not far enough to get over to those platforms, but we have the menu. So if we do that jump and pause the menu towards the end of that panel jump, we can extend it further. You do that. Oh shit. I forgot that I turned. Yeah, let me get cheats back. Actually, forgot that you lose the sword here for a bit. Another important thing about the menu, if you need to alt tab, get rid of the menu glitch because it causes a lot of strange things if you alt tab during it. Alright, so we do this to get the wall run, jump, and then pause the game at the end of the jump like that, and then keep buffering it. You need to do it 2 more times like that, and then you'll have enough distance to make it over to here. If you're not making it far enough, that means you're not like pausing late enough in the panel jump. You can pause pretty far, but if you can pause too late. So just make sure you're still in the panel jump animation. And yeah, so that'll use 3 sand, and then you'll either have 0 or 1. But at any rate, you just want to come down here and get this weapon. So you just fall down here, and then you can do another roll grab like that and then climb back up, because we do need to backtrack there for a load trigger. And then that weapon, this weapon we have, is also stronger than the other one we could get, so it's worth to just get that. Do another safety fall there. So we do have panel storage again now, but we're not going to use this one. These archers are just dumb. Just try to leave and then drop glitch down here if you can. That. You don't, if you miss the timing, don't even like try to do it again. I was just doing it to show it, but just jump to the planks over there if you mess up the timing. All right, so we do have panel storage, so it's gonna go away when we jump here. So when you jump to the right, just get ready to time another jump, because you'll reverse your direction. So you'll jump that way and then just jump off the wall like that. All right, so let me turn this back off. I should be good now because we'll get the sword soon. Yeah, but so for sand here, you don't like need any sand. You need 1 sand to skip a cutscene here. But if you want more, then just use these items here. So if you have 0 or 1 sand, then you're guaranteed another sand from any furniture item. So use a sand. If you have 2, for example, use 1 and then break all these items here, and then you'll get 3 from there. That'll allow you to get 4 if you want the max. But if you want to go fast, you only need 1. Alright, so when we get to Clumpa here, there's a cutscene that we want to skip. So we're going to turn around and we're going to do a wall run. And instead of pressing enter to hit quick, we're going to actually use the mouse. Because if we press enter, it'll cause us to jump off the wall, which we don't want. So we want to wall run a little bit and then pause it like that with the mouse, and then do your buffer again, and then you'll teleport past the cutscene trigger like so. And then walk into this corner here to make sure the load trigger is hit, and then continue doing the boss like normal. With this skip, actually, that's not normal. We do these speed kills because you can't attack the boss if you don't do these, so it is necessary. And after we do the speed kills, we can use our secondary to kill the boss very quickly. Another little skip there. So after this second speed kill to to stab his eye, oops, I pressed attack too early. Yeah, so after the speed kill, we're going to use our secondary. I'm just going to pause the game for a second here to explain. So as soon as we gain control, we're going to approach his right leg, attack it once with the secondary, hang around his leg a bit to bait a stomp attack, go to his other leg and use a charged secondary attack, which if you don't know is just pressing secondary and holding it to do a charged attack. So we just approach his right leg, hit it, wait a bit to bait a stomp attack like that, get over here and do a charge attack, and that'll kill him. And then you just keep attacking his legs until he triggers the speed kill. And that's Clumpa, one of the 2 bosses that we fight. Oh wait, 3, because we fight Vizier too. Oh wait, no we don't. This is Zipless. I'm getting confused with NMG. You can actually skip that boss. You can skip every boss in this category, but skipping that boss is not worth it, so I won't even bother mentioning it. So I do still have the menu open here, and that does skip an autosave. So leaving the menu open for that boss fight there's actually more of a reason to do it, but if you didn't have it open, it's not too big of a deal. We're going to come here and we're just going to do this movement. If you go fast enough, you can make this whole section without taking sand. But depending on your sand count, you might want sand. So we get up here. Generally, if I used any during Clumpa, besides the teleport at the start, I would take more. So I only have 2 right now, so I can just like grab a couple here. And we're, oops, wow. I want full sand. I'm gonna go back to here. That's another thing you can do there. You see how I like refunded the sand there? If you rewind back to the point where you obtained the sand, you can actually obtain it again. So you can use that to keep your sand full if you want to. So if you jump late enough here, you'll grab onto this ledge, and then we're going to do another little menu boost here by jumping and pausing at the peak of the jump, and then doing the rewind like that. One thing I didn't really mention with the menu is the wait time, and that's because when you're doing it without slow-mo, you don't really need to wait a long time. That'll be more important later. For now, like every time I'm doing a boost or something, you do need to wait a little bit, but it's not a long time if you're not using slow-mo. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Alright, so we're going to grab the secondary, and then we're going to bounce off this wall to set up trying to skip this cutscene. You want to hold block and walk into this pillar thing, and then just hold forward while you're blocking until you hit the fire, and then let go of everything. That'll set up your position as best as you can to try and skip this cutscene. So all it is it's another wall run teleport like we did for Klumpa, but it's off of a really small wall, so the timing is really tight. So you just hold wall run and then press forward and then try to time it. That was way too early. Try to time it. That'll work, I think. Yeah, like that, to get the wall run teleport across the cutscene. If you're too late, it's pretty obvious when you're too late because the angle will change, and if you're too early, you just won't teleport. Yeah, you could try to go for that. That's the reason why you might want to get more sand, but if you're having trouble with it, you can just not use it for now. Oops. Okay, I do recommend killing that archer. That's why I picked up that secondary and not this other one up here. Because if you don't kill him, he'll most likely shoot you on these dagger panels. I'm going to come down here. We're going to drop glitch down. Then kill this, and we have oh, I jumped. We have the good weapon, so we can use the normal combo to kill this guy. So you just do the 2 dagger hits and then the combo. And then with this guy, it's 1 dagger hit combo, and then same for this dude. That's why we got that secondary, to kill all those enemies really quickly. Then we're going to throw that away and get the red guard sword again. And then we'll keep this one towards the end of the game. So now we have slow-mo, and that'll allow us to do a lot bigger boosts and stuff. But for this one, right after slow-mo, you still don't need it. So you can just do a normal jump boost like so. And use slow-mo to make this cycle. It's just casual gameplay. All right, so for this area, I'll just show the way I do it. It does use a rewind trick, but the rewind trick is super easy because of the sand regeneration you have. We're going to rewind trick a slow-mo boost, which talk about that first. So if you can do a boost, I don't think we've seen this one before, but if you jump off a wall, you can boost that jump with the menu like that. But if you add slow-mo to it, it boosts a lot further, so you won't even like necessarily see it here. But if you use slow-mo and boost it like that, then you'll boost a lot further. So yeah, you can see it there, how I boosted up like that. So we're gonna use that in the corner down here next to the archer. So you would come here, you can just slow-mo and go kill that second archer, but I'm just gonna kill both for now. These guys only need the standard combo, even with this red guard sword. So we kill just this guy, kill that guy if you want to, but yeah. Then come into this corner, and then we're gonna do a slow-mo boost. So if slow-mo is already activated, you can just immediately jump like that and pause the game. Oh, but make sure you have the right angle. To see we want, yeah, we want that angle. Like that. So you're gonna pause it right at that timing, but we need slow-mo because without it, it only goes that far. But with slow-mo, that's on. We pause it, it'll go much further. And then what you do is you wait till that timing, and then you just rewind to the same frame twice. And of course I didn't get it because the archer. Let me try that again. If you do this setup properly, the archer will be there, and that's what allows it to be really easy. Kill this guy. Go in the corner. Oh, that was weird. Should still work. Yeah, okay, that was really strange. I guess I paused really late. But yeah, so you do a rewind trick like that with the boost. And the sand, you get a sand from the archer during the boost. That's what makes it free. You can just keep retrying until the boost gets amplified with the rewind trick. And for these guys, we're gonna slow-mo. Slow-moed a bit too early there. Yeah, hit him twice and then do a charge attack. And then hopefully you'll hit both like that, and then you can just stab the other guy. There are other ways to do that area, but I just won't bother talking about it now. Because I want to get through this quickly. Alright, so we're just going to drop glitch down here. Try to do side rolls there, but fail. This segment is all just done like with no glitches because the movement's just already super fast, so it's not worth doing any glitches. Alright, so here's another cutscene here we're gonna skip. But first we need to hit the load trigger for the area, but we don't want to hit the cutscene. So you just need to move until his left foot is on the wooden part there, and that'll be enough. So as soon as it like touches the wooden part like that, then just turn around and do another teleport off of this wall here. Just like we did for Klumpa. That, you should teleport past the cutscene. And that also gets rid of the enemies here, so you don't need to use slow-mo or anything. Just climb to the top of this pole and jump between like that. And then we're going to do another slow-mo boost from this pole. So when you do the slow-mo boosts, you want to make sure you're waiting long enough in the menu. Wait, what am I trying to say? There's two things. You need to make sure that slow-mo is fully activated, and also that you're waiting long enough in the menu. So you start slow-mo, and I need to wait right about there so that it's fully started. If you go too early, it's just not going to work. You want to activate it, wait right about now, and then jump, pause, and then you need to wait longer than you would without slow-mo, and then do the buffered rewind like so. If you try to do it and you just like don't get a boost and you just fall down, then you're not waiting long enough in the menu. And you see when that door opened back there, the area is loaded. That means I hit the load trigger earlier. If this area is just black when you do that, then you didn't walk close enough to the edge to hit the load trigger. We're going to do another slow-mo boost here. You want to activate slow-mo on this panel. Wall run, jump right in the middle of this hallway. And then boost that, and you should fly all the way over to here. So this area, there's a couple different ways you could do this. This is the way I do it. I do a wall run flip to get up here, and then I slow-mo and do a boost off of this pole thing. Another way. Oh wow, that's never happened. Maybe I'll stop doing that. I never had that happen before. The other way you could do this, which I think I'll switch to now, is doing a jump boost here. Get up here, and then you do another boost over to that panel. And then we get up to the second dagger panel. Depending on when you timed the boost, you might get up here. If you do grab onto this, don't get up because you'll hit the cutscene. So fall down to this dagger panel, and then we'll run to the side and get up this way. All right, now we're going to do Quicksand. When I do this, I just leave the menu open, but I'll turn it off just so you can see better. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this glitch called Quicksand, which is rewinding an animation such as climbing over a ledge. And you see how I sunk into the floor a little bit? So that's the animation where we're rewinding this animation over and over again. And you want to do it as late as possible in the animation without it being over. Like that was too late because I fully climbed over. So it needs to be like right that timing, right before you end it. And getting rid of it here. And the amount of times to do it is 7 for this railing. So we're going to use it to roll under the door there. And if you have a railing like this to do it, then you need 7. So we're going to do it once, that. And then what you can actually do is wait for the regen of the sword, like there, and then do it again. And then if you rewind to the right timing, it'll get refunded like that. This 5, 6, and then 7. That's the full strat, and then you can just roll under this door if the game is not dumb. I don't know why I did that. I know there is a way to fix this. Okay, that's how you can fix that. Using a roll teleport. Okay, I'm not sure why that happened, but it's fine. Yeah, I think I'll just leave that there. We can talk about that type of quicksand again later, because there is more to say about it, but move on for now because we're going to use it again right away. The only real tricky part about that quicksand is the timing to regen your sand. This one is a lot harder because we need to use just regular jumps, which with a jump you need 21. So we're going to do the same thing by jumping and rewind like that. You see I sunk a little bit, but we need to do it 21 times instead of 7. So what you want to do is you come up here and then you want to wait like approximately like 6 seconds so that no other animation gets into your rewind, and then you want to get rid of the menu again. You want to start the jumping, wait for all the sand. So you start the quicksand, you do 1, and then you wait for the regen, and then you start repeating and timing the rewind so that there's like half of the sand showing. It's like when half of the circle is filled with sand. But once you do so many, you can start doing it faster, and this can allow you to do it with one rewind timer. You see, like, oh, see, I failed it there. So if you start failing it, rewind a little longer. And that goes for the railing thing too. So I wasn't able to do it all in one. So I'm just gonna let it fill back up and then start it again. And I wasn't counting actually, so don't know. I assume this is enough. No. See, like if you fail the refund, then just rewind longer and then it should work. So you'll get used to the timing pretty quickly if you just remember that if it doesn't work, rewind longer. And that goes for the railing version too. If you climb over and when you're rewinding back and you don't get it refunded, then rewind longer and it should happen. So when you do 21 of those, then you roll under the door and then also roll from the middle of this platform. Don't do it from right up to the wall, otherwise you'll miss the ledge on the other side. So roll from like back there, and then you should go under that wall and grab this ledge here. What that allows us to do is skip turning into the Dark Prince, and more importantly, we keep the sword here, so we still have our sand regeneration. So we're gonna get here and we're gonna do a wall run extend, which is as simple as attacking on the wall, rewinding to the midpoint, and then it gets extended. That's all it is. Really simple. Drop glitch all the way down here. And then stand right about here. There's like, you can see this like arrow, I don't know what to call it, on the floor there, the decoration or whatever. That point right on this arrow, and then the midpoint of those two tiles right there. So where those two tiles connect on his left foot, you put his foot right there, and that'll be the right spot to do a jump boost. So we get our menu glitch back if you did get rid of it, and then do a jump boost up here. And then for this section, there's enemies that'll spawn here. That's why I'm pausing the game here. So we're going to move past this archway and wait a bit so that we don't rewind past the load trigger. So you want to move up here. Oh, wow. Work. So you move here, wait a bit there, and then wall run to hit a load trigger that's out here. Then get back here. And the reason for the waiting is because if you rewind too far to when you are moving past that archway, then you'll actually deload the area. So we don't want that to happen. Then we can jump boost here, and for that one you do need a later timing. So I didn't really talk about the timings because they didn't really matter up until now, but there's a couple different timings you can use for the boosts, and that one needs to be a late timing. So there's basically like 3. You can do super early, which is like that was kind of late, but right about there. And you can also do the midpoint, which is what most need, which is like there. And then you can do a much later timing, which is the one that needs, which is like when you start going down like that. Yeah, so if you do that boost and you're dying, then do the later timing. This is one cycle that you can make if you do rolls perfectly, but I missed a roll input there, so I just stopped. Here we're going to Do a jump boost, right? Put his front foot in the middle of that, the center of this water area, and then do a jump. You do a little wall run there to get on the inside of this lever, because otherwise you'll get stuck in the inside there. There's lots of movement stuff I'm doing here, but I'm just not gonna bother. Just try to copy what I'm doing, or find faster movement. That's cool too. All right, so here we're gonna do another wall run teleport, skip a cutscene. This is a really short cutscene, so if you want to skip it, feel free. But yeah, we're gonna do a wall run off of this little pillar, and this one's not as hard as the one we did before Slo-mo, but it is kind of tight, so you need to time it like later in the wall run like that to get it to teleport. If it doesn't teleport, then you're just hitting it too early. It's pretty obvious if it's too early or late. Then once you get that, you're gonna drop what's down there, and then get off of this little out of bounds section here. There's certain like things like it's obvious that we could like use quicksand in more places, but because it takes so long to get, it's not viable or not worth it for a lot of things like this area. It's just faster to use the box. This is all just standard movement that you do in like every category except the any percent where you can use zipping. Just copy movement and get used to playing the game with the menu open. Eventually you just like won't even notice it. All right, coming up here, we're going to attempt a trick you use in no major glitches category, which is called the cutscene drop. Oh, there's a cutscene when you move to the right up here, but if you press the drop key right as you hit it, you can actually fall down during the cutscene. So, and there is like a better setup you can use, but what I recommend doing for this category is just getting up, holding right, and try to time it. So I was too early there. Let me actually attempt this correctly here. Oh wow, that was too early, really? Yeah, I was too late there. So yeah, just move over. It's not worth like setting up because there's an alternate strat we can use. If you fail it like I did there, then just come over here, wait for your rewind timer. That is very important. Otherwise you'll just die. Wait for your rewind timer, and then jump off of this wall. You don't need slow-mo, and do a late timing. So you want, or no, sorry, no, you don't need late timing for this. It's early timing, or just like the regular timing right there. And boost a non-slow-mo jump. Then you should get past the death barrier like so. Then you can just fall down here, walk next to this to hit a low trigger. You don't need to climb up it like that. That was a mistake. And then come over here and do a non-slow-mo boost jump to get this switch. And you see that I wall runned off of it. Can't remember if we used that yet, but you can buffer wall runs off of switches like that. A faster way to get down. All right, so for this area, there's a super long cutscene up here, so we want to skip that. This trick is one of the hardest ones in the run, but I recommend learning it because it saves so much time. So what you do is first we're going to get up to that window up there. Can't really see it. That window up there. So we're going to wall run here and boost to jump like that to get up there. And the timing for this is kind of annoying. You want to go as early as possible. So you use your slow-mo, wall run, jump, pause as early as possible after you jump off the wall. And if you get the timing right, you'll land up here like so. And then I do get rid of the menu here. Again, you don't have to, but yeah. So what we're going to do now is there's a platform down here. This is like, that's the next area of the game here. But we're too high up to just like go down normally. Like you could do a safety fall to get the prince to land down there, but we're too high up. So what I need to actually do is a rewind trick. So we're gonna do this setup. This is my setup that I use. I wall run right about here, and then tilt the camera to line up to a spot on the wall right there, and then reset camera forwards. The camera a little bit to the right, not too much that you wall run like, you don't want to wall run like, okay, it's not even doing it this time. You don't want to wall run like that. You want it to be a horizontal wall run. So you just move the camera a little bit, then take out your weapons, and then start wall running forward, and then hit the secondary key to do a safety fall. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, that stupid wall run. Oh, wow. Like that. You see I landed here, but I'm dead. But then if you rewind trick it, you can extend that distance and actually make it down here. Get back up. All right, let's do it again. Get up, move the camera, that spot, tilt it a little bit this way. That's so you actually wall run on it and not just do a secondary attack. And then if you get a good angle, you'll fall down and die, and then you try to rewind twice to the same frame. What was that? I don't know what that was. Looks like I got teleported back a bit. So you just gotta rewind twice to the same frame. You can still do it if you don't die. It's just kind of harder because it's weird. But yeah, and that was, yeah, I was too high up there. That's an example of how you can fail it. I got the rewind trick, but I was too high up. So I still died. So you do, that's why like landing in a death is easier, because you can kind of time it at a better location. That's mainly what this setup is for, to try to get to land, to die, actually land on the platform like that. That was too late. There. So yeah, you want to try to rewind trick it close to the ground so you actually survive the fall. And then once you get down here, you just backtrack for a load trigger right there, and then you can continue. Yeah, so I think that's good enough for now. That's probably one of the things we could add an extra video about. After that, we're going to do another wall run teleport here, which is like the most bullshit wall run teleport in the game. So what you want to do is climb up here, make sure you're all the way to the left, get up, and do a block roll forwards, which is just holding block and then rolling like that. And then you're going to face this direction. You don't need to face this direction, but you want to get the timing right so it's kind of easier to see this visual. You need to time the pause right after this little window thing here, right about there, kind of tracing the line there. You do a wall run, and then you click pause right when you're past that window. And if you got the timing right, you should grab... That should not happen. I think I was a little too late. I think that's still late. Yeah, that's so... Yeah, that didn't even teleport, so I was just way too late. Dude, I stopped doing this other setup, yeah. I'm gonna do this again. So what I used to do is come up here, like, I would do the boost, get up, and then I would climb back over and get up again. That was my setup that I was doing before, but I thought it was okay without. I guess it's not. So yeah, if it's not working, climb back over, get up again, reset it up, and try again. Yeah, it's too late. I thought that. That should work. There we go. Yeah, if you get it right, you'll grab this ledge here. So there's really not much I can do to help you with that. It's just one of those things that the timing is just super precise. So keep trying. It'll work eventually. Yeah, so when you get there, you start slow-mo right away, and then you can do another jump boost from here. And then we're going to do, don't climb over that, because that's just a waste of time. We're going to do a boost over in that direction to that door. So you need to kind of do it like in this corner here, which I myself often have trouble with this. Oops. Oh, stop it. All right, there we go. So you see how I'm angled a little bit towards that direction? That's the wall run you want. So you should be able to just boost off of the wall here. And it'll land you next to this door. Can use Slo-mo there just to time the traps. Alright, so here we're gonna use Slo-mo so that the archers don't shoot us. Come over here and break all these items and then do a boost in this corner, which is kind of annoying sometimes. If you're fast enough, you can do it without using a second Slo-mo, but find most of the times you do need a second one. So that's why this is dumb, because the prince doesn't like to wall run in the corner. Yeah, if you manage to wall run in the corner and boost it, then you'll boost right over that cutscene that's there. And here we're going to do a wall run teleport facing this direction so that we teleport past loading the boss. So you see how there's no health bar anymore, so that means the boss is not loaded. That's convenient because we want to do Quicksand, and doing Quicksand with the boss there would be not a good idea. You can do it, and I was thinking about doing it before, but yeah, it's just not. It's risky and it's harder, and yeah. All right, so we're gonna use Quicksand again here. You can either do the 21 jumps like we did before, or you can use this animation with falling off the side like that, and you need 15 of those. I'm not gonna bother doing that now because I haven't practiced it, but that is the way I would do it in runs normally. But we can just use jumps. It's not too much slower. You see how my camera is moving? That's because the rewind is starting to get too close to other movements. So if that starts happening, or if print starts moving when you're trying to do this, you should just stop and wait for the second regen cycle. That was 11. So once you get 21 of those or 15 of the other animation, roll under the door. And then you don't need to get rid of Quicksand here. You can just kind of like do a drop glitch. And with Quicksand, the drop glitch is super easy. So just take your weapon and throw near the edge. Oh wow, I was actually too early. That's hilarious. Yeah, just throw near the edge and you should get it. This that ledge is one of the dumber ledges of the game where the usual setup for a drop glitch doesn't work. See, I'm trying to do the thing I was talking about earlier where I press forward but it doesn't work for some reason. So what you need to do is take one step back and then you can do it. So you take a weapon, step back, and then do the drop glitch. But if you're not bad and you just do it with Quicksand, it's usually super free. Alright, so we're going to continue here. This is another Dark Print section. Doing a slow-mo boost there, and if you're lucky, you get the timing that skips the beam there. Usually that doesn't happen, but it's really nice when it does. Then we're going to continue this way and do another slow-mo boost across here. So for these guys, you can do a slow-mo boost from the top of this pole, but it's a really tough timing because you need to pause super early for it to actually get up there. The easier way to do it is to slow-mo, jump off, and then do as soon as you land. I'm not sure why it didn't work there. Probably because I'm waiting. Let's get the enemies over here so I can show this strat off. Slow-mo, get to the pole, and if you're fast enough, you can do it with one slow-mo. So you just jump off, and then as soon as you land, you can do a jump boost like that, and get up there with and even if the enemies are closer to you, they won't approach you fast enough to ruin it. Get through this section the best you can. Okay. So for this jump boost, I still don't have a good setup for this, like, because it's not exactly in line with this wall or anything. It's like the setup I've been using, see if it works here, is to wall run up here, move back, and then hit the wall from back here, and that puts you in a different position compared to if you just hit the wall close to it. And it should be, oh god damn. Fuck this game. There, like that. Maybe it only works like on that part of the wall or something. Yeah, so just mess around with that. If you find a better setup, let me know. And I guess the best thing to do would just be a visual, but that always seems to fail for me. It's like that. Yeah, so when we get up here, there's another cutscene right in front of us. And to avoid it, you can just simply walk around this cutscene. But if you want to make it easier, and it also is like faster too, because doing it with, you need to be very careful if you're doing it without any Quicksand. But if you do 1 or 2 Quicksand, it makes it a lot easier. So you can kind of just around semi-carefully like this, and you should avoid the cutscene, no problem. Oh, we're off that, yeah. Just do a drop glitch here. My muscle memory is like between Zipless and NMG right now. Another drop glitch here. It's all pretty standard movement. You can jump between these walls to skip using the box. And here we're going to use another slow-mo jump boost because it is faster. Just that's what happens if you don't wait long enough. Kind of a good visual cue for how long to wait is like the slow-mo texture on the rewind timer. So see, when I pause, it goes away. Once that's fully gone, that's usually like the right timing. But generally you just kind of go by feel. So we're going to come over here and we're going to use our jump boost here. Just to reiterate about the boosts again, make sure that you're letting slow-mo to be fully activated before you pause. That's another common reason why it'll fail is either one, you're not letting slow-mo be fully activated before pausing, or two, you're not waiting long enough during the pause. So for here, what you can do is just you move all the way to the left, you get up and you want to jump and then reset camera in the air so that the camera's facing forward, and then you can just hold right and wall run to buffer a wall run off of the wall, and that allows you to just oh, why am I not on pressing the wrong key? A second. So reset and then just hold right and wall run, and you should well, why didn't that work? I landed on a different spot. That was weird. There. So if you buffer the wall run, you should get over here, and then you can just use the consistent way to do a drop glitch by getting up and then drop glitching down like that. And then we get here, we're going to use slow-mo boost in this corner. And then as soon as we boost up, rewind back down. So boost up, and then rewind back down. And see those doors opened? If they're not open, then you rewind too early, but that's highly unlikely. You should get it, no problem. As soon as you see them boost up, just rewind back. Then do a boost here. You don't need slow-mo for this one, which also means you don't need to wait a long time. So you can do that one a lot quicker. If you recognize that you're not using slow-mo, you don't need a lot of wait time. You really just need like 1 second like that. Oh yeah, that was good. Best. Like that, really quick. Yeah, so you wall run up here to hit a load trigger. You don't need to do a flip or anything, just do that, and then you'll see the shading change, or the shadows, and then fall down. Trigger this cutscene. So let him roar and then roll under, hit him 3 times, and then speed kill. This section is super dumb because if you're good at the game, the golem will slow down. What you want to do is hit the side right here to prevent that from happening, and then we're also going to hit the side, not there, right here, simply because it allows you to take this corner tighter, so it's just faster to hit the side there. The first time we hit it is to avoid the slow-mo thing. The second is just because it's faster to take the corner. We're gonna drop glitch down here. This is another like dumb drop glitch because you can kind of get stuck on the wall. So make sure you're doing it from this specific spot. It's not like really specific, but don't do it from like the middle or over here. Do it from like slightly left of center, right about there, and you should fall all the way down. Then we're gonna get up here. My favorite way to do this, there's a couple ways you can do it. My favorite is to use the pole here, do a slow-mo boosted pole jump from here to get you right over to this ledge. And then here we're going to use a wall run teleport or roll teleport, and we want to have the camera facing directly forward because if it's on an angle we might not teleport far enough. So what I do is I just get up and start blocking immediately so you can preserve that angle. Move over here and then you can do a block roll forward, and then you can just get as close as possible without hitting the cutscene. Don't need to be super close, but once you're at the bottom of the stairs like this, keep turning around until you stop sliding down. See, I'm fully off the stairs now, so now I'm good to face this way and do another roll teleport by pressing down and then enter really quickly. Then buffer the rewind, and you should roll past that dark print section, and you saw in the background the load trigger is also hit. If the load trigger is not hit, just tap down. I'm not going to do it now because I'll hit the cutscene, but if you teleport and you don't hit it, just do that and then you should hit the trigger. You drop glitch down here, and then we're going to get storage again. So remember we did this at the start of the run. We got storage using those weird blocks. We're going to do it again here, but this time we're going to use an enemy. So it's kind of harder because you need to time climbing over this ledge as you get hit. You see, I'm pretty sure I got it there, but I'll try to get it more obvious. Like that. See, I even got a little quicksand. If you get quicksand, you know you 100% have it. Yeah, so you just had a time climbing over that ledge and getting hit by this dude. And then you should have storage. And now we need to avoid ever doing this animation, climbing over a railing, because that'll get rid of it. And also stepping over something, but that's more obvious because you'll get the actual teleport. So here we want to do a boost off of this ledge, but we can't just climb over it because it'll cause us to lose the storage. So what you need to do is need to wall run here and fall down so you grab onto the railing like so, and then start your slow-mo, and then you need to pause late on this one, just like that earlier one during the dark print section. We'll pause late enough so you fall down like so, and then wall run across these panels. Actually, let me talk about this for a second. It's important because it's super dumb. Don't wall run from like the very edge of this platform. Do it from like back here. You wall run too close to the edge, the panel will send you in a different direction. So do it from a little further back, and then jump 3 of these, and then pause to extend this one just like we did for that cutscene skip. And then you can slow-mo and actually get a boost here if you're fast enough, like that, and get all the way over here. But if you fail that, don't kill the enemies, just come over here, do a drop glitch or a safety fall like that to get down here, and then just do a slow-mo boost to get up instead. That's one backup I feel is highly worth mentioning because I mess up that boost all the time. Alright, so drop glitch down there and then boost back up. A lot of up and down here because this section it's not obvious. You're supposed to be the dark prince again, so like we can't use the chains and stuff. You're just gonna wall run there, and then as soon as you grab that pole, just mash the fall button, and that'll cause you to survive the fall. It's a very strange minor glitch. All right, so we're gonna use quicksand here a little bit, and you saw that I got up this ledge by holding block, moving close to it, and then jumping like that, instead of doing this. Because if you just climb up it, then you're gonna lose your storage. If you just climb up normally, you'll see here. Okay, wait, do I not have storage? Don't do this to me, game. I don't have it. What? Did I die? I'm confused. All right, I need to get back here with storage, then we'll talk. All right, we're back here. I should definitely have storage. Yes, okay, there's storage. Yeah, I'm doing the teleport thing. That's what you want to avoid when climbing up here. So you can either do the jump thing that I showed you earlier, or if these enemies are in the way, just kind of wall run from back here to get up. Normally they won't be this annoying, but I was wasting time. Yeah, you can either do that or just do a wall run like that to get up. Then what you want to do is you want to face this ledge here and do 2 quicksand. So we don't need to dupe anything here because we're just getting 2. So you see I'm getting the railing animation. You can see teleporting back there. So we're actually using that. That was a bad one, but it might still work. We're using that to do the railing quicksand, so it's much faster than the jumping. And so here we're just getting 2 so that we can get over here and nice. So the traps are unloaded. But the area is loaded. So if you do that right, if you do two good ones, I did an extra one because I was bad, but if you do 2 good ones, it's usually enough. And then you come back here. If the area itself is not loaded as well, backtrack like this. Just go all the way back. I'll run here, wait till you hit this wall, and then rewind the whole thing. And that'll load the area without loading the traps. Obviously a waste of time, but if you gotta do it, whatever. Alright. The reason we do this is because, like, it's just safer. I think technically it would be faster to do it, like, I mean, not necessarily, but anyway, just do it this way, trust me. So we do that so the traps aren't in our way, and then we're gonna do 7 quicksand off of this step to get under the door and skip the puzzle. So we do railing animation, so we only need 7, and we can refund the sands like we were doing before. 2. I failed it, so I need to rewind longer. 3. Got it. 4. 5. 6. And that one didn't work. If that happens, consider that as a half. So I just did 2, so that should be 7 now. Because that does, for some reason, contribute to the quicksand, but not as much. Don't really understand it fully, but hopefully that's will work now. Yeah, yeah. If you teleport outside, oh nice. Consider it a half, and usually it's fine. This time it wasn't because I popped out of quicksand. Need to get it again. All right. So if you didn't lose it, you would just come here and just roll in the middle of this big door here to skip the puzzle. So yeah, like what happened there is when I popped out of the floor, it's because I was sunk too far into the floor. So if that, like, don't do any extra. Like you want to do the 7, and if you get those ones that go outside of the hallway, then consider those a half, and hopefully it's okay, but it might fail like it did there. So yeah, do 7, don't do any extra, and then roll under that door to skip the puzzle. That just hits the trigger to start this chariot chase. So we still have storage, remember that. Since we were rewinding every time we teleported, we still have the ledge storage. So we're gonna keep that for a while longer still. This is like pretty much the hardest point to run, because if you die, especially if you're just starting out, because if you die anywhere between getting storage and all the way to the after the last sand gate, that's where we're going to keep it to. If you die anytime, then you're losing the storage. It doesn't persist through deaths. So yeah, so try to keep it. If you don't, then you can still continue, but once you get one run with the storage, it's just basically a reset. Zero things to say about this chariot. There's no time savers, no rewind tricks or anything you can do. So this boss fight coming up is the twin boss fight, twins, which you can skip as well, just like Kumpa, but it's not viable. This one's not viable because it's just way too difficult. The other one's not viable because it just doesn't save enough time. This one would save a lot of time. Way too. The way this fight works is you attack the sword dude. Let me talk about it for a bit. You attack the sword dude, and on the first phase you need 2 attacks. So we're just going to attack him with the dagger twice, animation cancel, and wait for the axe dude to attack you and get his axe stuck in the ground. And another thing you need to do on the first phase is to activate and deactivate Slo-mo. This is because of a glitch thing that can happen with the axe guy. Is he's like super slowed down when he goes to attack you. It would lose you like 30 seconds if you don't do this. So make sure you activate and deactivate Slo-mo, and then attack the sword dude twice, this guy here, and then wait for the axe one to get his axe stuck in the ground, and then you're going to do 1 charge attack, 1 normal attack, 1 charge. That's the first phase, and I'll pause the game again with this handy menu glitch. It's actually really nice to have for tutorial purposes. Alright, so I'm waiting for the rewind timer, activate the activate Slo-mo, hit him twice, stuck, charge attack, and I think like there is a better way to do this, but I just kind of hope the dude doesn't attack me, and it usually works out. But yeah, so you do that and then do the speed kill, and then we're on the second phase. So with the second phase, you attack the sword guy 3 times. So for the first phase you need 2, this one you need 3. We're going to attack him 3 times, and then we're going to go over to the axe guy and we're just going to do jumping attacks until we can speed kill him. So we need 6 jumping attacks. So we're just going to attack this guy 1, 2, 3, wait for him to attack, and then just keep doing jumping attacks like that. I messed up. Definitely gonna get hit. Don't do the kick. I hit the wrong button. Just do the normal dagger attack. If you're fast enough, you should be able to get enough attacks before the sword guy hits you, but if you're bad, then this happens. There we go. So as soon as the speed kill window comes up, then you can start. I believe it's 6 jumping attacks. Alright, so as soon as we turn to the Dark Prince here, we're going to roll to the left away from the enemies and go to the back left corner of the wall and use another wall run flip to skip these enemies. And this one needs to be a really late timing. Remember the other like precise wall run flip we did was fortress skip. That one's like an early timing. This one needs to be really late. You wall run and that's probably too early. Yeah, see, I didn't get up there. So you need to pause it really late in the animation. Like that should work. I wasn't too late. There we go. Yeah. So when you get the timing, you can do the flip and then also get rid of the menu again here, just like you did for Fortress Skip. At least I recommend getting rid of it. You don't have to. The reason rid of it is because we're gonna do this kind of an awkward like movement up here with the elevator, and if you mess it up, then the whole thing is just screwed. So having the menu off is nice. So when that cutscene's over with, don't walk forward because there's a ledge. We need to avoid it because we want to keep our storage. You can roll forward and then let go of your inputs so you don't climb up, so you can roll forward and then do a block and jump like that to get up. Yeah, because we want to preserve our storage. So here you need at least 2 sand. If you're low, grab one there and then do 2 quicksand here. And that's low enough to skip this cutscene that's here. And we're going to break that artwork to fill sand back up to full. Grab this secondary. Wait, do we need the secondary? Yes, yeah. It's getting confused with routes. Alright, so make sure you're at the very top of this slide, because if you're at all lower, you won't make the jump. We're going to pull this switch, and then as soon as you pull it, start slow-mo, and just copy the movement I'm doing. Start slow-mo, jump over to here, and then when this one ends, you don't need to like do it immediately, but when that ends, just start another one. Then you can make it on top of this elevator here. So we used 2 sand tanks, so we have 2 left. We're going to do a trick up at the top to get back up to, well, we'll have 4 and then we'll use 2 more, so you'll see. Yeah, so in this elevator shaft, we're just going to wall run in this corner and bounce between walls until we get up. You can see what's happening if you move the camera. This is when I would get the menu back, because you do want the menu coming up here. We can get it during the cutscene, because you don't want to get it during your movement, because it's going to mess up your timing for everything. So just get it before these 2 cutscenes are done. And what we're going to do, we have 2 sand right now. So we're going to move away from the enemies, use the slow-mo, and then go and break a furniture item to get a 2nd sand. And then as soon as that sand starts moving towards us, we're going to do the jump boost. What that allow us to do is use the sand from that furniture item and then also get it back after we're done. So let's try to show it here. This is probably something we could add another video about. Yeah, so you move over here, wait for the rewind timer, use slow-mo. Don't do that, that's gonna mess up everything. You break that, you wait for that, and as soon as it moves towards you, you jump. This might not work. And then you pause for a while, let go, wait till you obtain the sand, and then rewind to get the boost. Yeah, it didn't work because it didn't work because I waited too long because I jumped off the tree there. Just using the band glitch to die here. Alright, let's try that again. I probably lost the secondary, but that's fine. So, okay. So when you break the furniture item, you pause the game to do the boost, but you need to use that sand. So you need to unpause and don't rewind yet. You need to wait till you get the sand and then do the rewind. do it this time. So break that, get set up for the boost, wait for the sand. It started moving towards me, so I did the jump, and I'm giving it some wait time, and then I'm letting the sand be collected, and then I'm rewinding back to that point where you're standing still, and then you should get the boost, and then you'll also get that sand back. Now we have 2, and we boosted up here. Hopefully that made sense. And then the reason why we get 2 is so that we can just fall down here and do a slow-mo boost over to that platform. So do a slow-mo boost here, but make sure it's a delayed one, like you want it to be a late timing to get over there. And that was really nice because I landed right on the furniture item. That's the ideal case. If that doesn't happen, just do a wall run like that so that you grab the sand, mainly just for safety. You don't technically need it, but then we just get over here the best you can. And then I do another cut on the video because I don't have a secondary and I don't have storage anymore, so be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was really hoping to do this tutorial without losing storage, but of course I did. Alright, so let's boost again. Again, make sure it's a late timing for this one, otherwise you'll just die. And if you don't hit the vase, do that to get it. If you want the safety, which I highly recommend. It's also because, like, if you don't have that sand, you need to wait for 2 sand to get generated from the sword, but if you pick that up then you only need 1, so you can do the jump faster. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fall off of that pole using the same trick we did before. Just mash cancel and you'll fall without dying. Then we're going to kill that second, the red guard that's further away from us, with the standard combo, 2 dagger hits and then the spin combo. And then we're going to go over to the inside of this wall here, do a wall run boost. We're going to wall run up, jump that way, and we're going to slow-mo boost it to grab onto this ledge here. So you kind of need to be fast because the enemies, because they can get in your way and stop you from jumping normally. So yeah, so let's just try it out here. So fall down, do 1 hits. And you can use the slow-mo here. That's another reason to get it. I think I was forgetting that before. But yeah, like, use the slow-mo there. It's easier. You don't technically need it, but yeah. And then wall run up here and do a slow-mo boost off of that wall. And you should grab onto the sledge here. Then we can jump back. And since the panel is still open here, you can't just swing normally, because it'll just fall down like that. So what you want to do is get up like that, and then either jump straight forward and back, or just jump back here. Either way, it's the same speed. And then get over here, and then drop glitch down. The reason why it might be obvious that you can go through that area faster, but A, we need the sword, and B, we need to load the areas so that we can keep storage, because we can't death abuse to load them, so we have to do it that way. Alright, so this puzzle is where we're going to finally use the storage, which I hopefully still have. Yes, I do. Okay. But first, we need to load the next area. So if we just do we're going to use it to skip this puzzle. But first we need to come here and wall run at the end here, pause at the end of this wall, and then just teleport it back like that. And then you can just check this area. If that area went black, that means the next area is loaded. So the previous area is unloaded, right? So if I go here, you can see down there, see the well is loaded there. So with that out of the way, we can go over to this this ledge, and I would get rid of storage or get the menu here as well, because we're going to do some tricky drop glitches once we get this. So you just want to climb up on this corner, and if you get it right, that will not happen. If it fails, just rewind, try again. It's kind of dumb. Don't really know why it fails sometimes. Just try different angles. Like, if you get quicksand, I usually get rid of it because I find it never works with quicksand. I don't know why it's not working now. Can you please? Dude, are you kidding me? There, okay. A different location worked there. So I was trying, usually I go for the very edge. That wasn't working, so I moved a little bit over, and then it worked. No, okay, now I'm getting the other way to fail it. There, okay. So yeah, just keep hitting that edge until you get it. You should get a feel for it. I'm out of practice with it. And then it'll get you down here. And this, you can... the reason why we can't get down here with just a drop glitch is because there's a death plane. If I wall run up here, see I just die. There's a death plane there. You can't just drop glitch down. So we use that storage technique instead. And then what we're going to do now is use a drop glitch. And we can't hang on to this ledge like you would for... Oh, what the crap. Why is the area not loaded? Of course that happened. That happened because I was failing it so much. You should keep an eye on the area to see if it's still loaded. I just wasn't. But if I do this, I should be able to fix it. There, okay. I just fixed it with a zip there. But yeah, keep an eye on that hallway, because if the area loads back in, that means you hit the load trigger when you were trying to do the storage. So yeah, so once we're down here, then we can... I do this setup. You can just try and time it like on your own. Just kind of approach the edge here and go like that. See, I was too early there. Time it. But I don't like doing that because we need to do a special thing for this drop glitch, which we call an epic drop glitch, because of the person that found out you could do drop glitches like this. So you see, if I do it like this, it's not nearly enough distance to make it down there, because you can only drop glitch as far as the animation will take you. But if we activate and deactivate slow-mo, for some reason that lets you drop further. My timing was bad there. Try again. It lets you drop further to survive the fall. What you need to do is, I do this setup. I'll do that setup again to explain what I was doing. Do this setup. You wall run here, move furthest to the right until his back foot is hitting the black line there, and then you can turn around. Go into first person, line the camera up right about there. It's not precise, just kind of aim towards the corner, and then you should be in the right spot to just be able to throw the weapon without pressing any movement directions, and that makes it much easier to time the slow-mo. So we're going to take out our weapons and get ready to press throw weapon, and then as soon as you do, you need to activate and deactivate very quickly. You need to do it really early in the drop, as soon as you start falling. Basically, as soon as you start throwing the weapon like there. See, I did it like immediately. And then you also need to activate and deactivate it very quickly. So you double tap it. Yeah, if you're not getting enough distance, you're just not starting it early enough. That's basically the only reason why it could fail. Yeah, so we do that, activate, deactivate, and then you should get enough distance to fall down all the way. And now we're going to do it again here. And this is even further drop, so you see how far this is. Like, I don't even get halfway. So this actually needs 2 sand, 2 slow-mos, and 2 activate and deactivate slow-mo. So you're gonna do it 2 times. You're gonna go like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that to use 2. And if you're using a lot and you're running out of sand, you can come into here to get more. Just make sure you have 0 or 1 sand. Because the regen, you have the sword, so it'll regen, but it's faster to get it there instead of waiting for 4. So for this one, you can do the consistent drop glitch like that, and then do the slow-mo to extend it and make it epic. So, 1, 2, oh wait. Like that didn't work. So yeah, I'm trying to like, ideally you want to keep the sword, so that's why I'm trying to stop the drop glitch before I throw it. But if you do lose it, it's not a huge deal. You can continue without it. So if you lose it, you can just collect sand later, but ideally you want to keep it. There we go. So you just stop the drop glitch in time so you keep the sword, walk towards this hallway or door frame there or whatever, and then die as we skipped load triggers. All right. So if you lost the sword, you can just like collect sand there to have some, because we are gonna do some drops or some boosts and stuff. So if you need sand, a bunch of items there. And then skip this chain. The way I do it, there's a couple of ways you can do it. The way I like to do it is to do a boost from here. You're going to get our menu glitch. You're going to fall down in this corner and then do 1 step to the right like that. And then do the slow-mo and do a boost. And if the position's right, you should not do that. You should grab the ledge on the other side there. Not sure why that failed, to be honest. I think my timing was a bit too early. You can't go too early on this one. There. So you should grab the ledge here, and then you can just jump immediately away and fall down. And then from here, we're going to deload these traps, mostly for convenience. So we're just going to jump away from that wall like so, and that puts you in the perfect spot to just roll away and teleport past the traps. Do a slow-mo boost here. Again, if you don't have the sword, there's more furniture items back there that you could get back there. So there's plenty of times to fill your sand back up. You just got to be aware of that. And then do one last one here. Wall run jump like at that blue light or the fire. And then boost across here. And we could skip this cutscene, but because you have to use Quicksand later, it's not faster. So we just watch this cutscene, and now we lost the sword. That's why losing the sword earlier is not that big a deal, because you're going to lose it now anyway. But it is faster to have it, so you don't need to collect sand. So from here on out, our sand count matters now because we don't have the sword. So you'll probably have like 3 or 2 or 3 sand after this cutscene. So you want to just fill it up to 4 using the enemies that will come across, and then you'll have enough to do the 2 boosts that we're gonna do. Right. So So use the walls here, you would have to use quicksand. So I actually have 4 sand, so that's probably because I was waiting before I entered the cutscene. So if you have 4, you don't need to kill anything, except if you die, then you need to kill something. So there's one invisible enemy here you can kill. If you have 4 sand at this point, you can try taking this route that I'm doing here, jumping like that, and trying to get to this wall before the enemies get in your way. Then you can do this skip here. They're probably there. Yeah, they're there. So I'm just going to kill them using the dad sword, which is a one-hit kill. So if you don't need sand, you can just spam the dad sword hits to kill them off. But if you want sand, do the combo. This combo, the spin, because that'll guarantee a sand spawn. Alright, so at any rate, you get to this wall and you want to do a max wall run and jump between twice like that. And if you're in the right spot, you'll grab the top like so. And then we're going to use 2 of our sand to boost across this. And when you do these boosts, because you don't have the sword, be extra careful. So you want to give it even like more wait time than you would normally do. I'm going to activate Slo-mo and do a boost and give it like even more wait time just to be extra safe. Because you don't have any more sand. These 4 sand is exactly what you need. I get up here, do 3 steps to the side. If you start mashing, oh no, why did you do that? I mashed too much. If you start mashing at the right timing, like when you grab onto this pole and you do the swing, wait till you're in mid swing at the peak and then let go and then start mashing, and you should do those quick falls like that. And then you can move over. It's like 3.5 I think you need. Get up here, and then we're gonna go up to this wall here and do a slow-mo boost. And I just need to get an extra sand here. I'm just gonna turn my cheats back on since I don't have the sword now. So if you don't mess up, you'll have 2 sand again, and you can do a slow-mo boost against this wall. And at this point, you'll have 0 sand, so you want to do the spin combo to kill these guys. And you only need 2, so like just get 2 of them, and then you can just leave or kill the rest if they're they're in your way. Once you have 2, you get over here, and then you can start slow-mo. And we're going to, this one's kind of weird because you're gonna do a couple jumps. You're going to like wall run here and jump twice and then pause it there. So it's that jump you're boosting, not the first jump. So what I usually do is I just kind of slow-mo down here, so it's just ready, and then I jump twice and then pause after that second jump, then boost it. And then at this point you'll probably have like 0 or 1 sand, so break these 2 to get up to 3 or 4, and then go over and break this wall. And then you can do a boost here. It is faster, but not by much, so feel free to skip it if you want to. But you can do a boost there to grab the ledge like so, which is a really cool boost. Really like that one. And then climb to the very top of that ledge and move forward because it is faster at 7 Eraser 7. Who doesn't believe me? Then you can break this to get more sand because you need to wait for the trap cycle anyway. It's off because sand didn't spawn, so I don't know how long I need to wait. But yeah, just grab sand there. And hopefully don't die. I'm notoriously bad at these traps, so I just kind of like wing it. But there's a more consistent way to do these. To be fair, I was thrown off because I have the cheats on. Yeah, you can get through that. Look at that dude I was talking about, 7 Eraser 7. Look at his run on speedrun.com to know how to do that better. Alright, so we're going to continue. If you do need more sand, there's more there. If you need it, you can just break these and then leave because you'll get them as you do the movement. You'll see here. You see I got sand. Even though I have 4 sand there, I still got 1, and that's because there is a chance of getting sand if you have 2 or more. But if you want to guarantee getting sand than have 0 or 1. Let's continue. You should use a slow-mo right in the middle of these tables. And then you can go to this corner and do a max wall run. And if you have the right angle, you'll get up here. And don't jump directly to that panel. I don't even know why I did that. Don't do that because it's super dumb. Just walk out to the plank and jump to it that way. So that's the kitchen, and now we're just at the towers, so this is like the end game. The only real tricky part about this section is just making sure you don't mess up any of the boosts, because that'll waste, because you have to like go get more sand or death abuse. There's an enemy here if you need another sand. If you don't have 4, then kill this guy. I think usually you do end up needing to kill him. How the sand works out, so oops. So yeah, kill that guy to get up to 4 sand. Oh yeah, what am I doing? I'm sorry. Don't do that. Go back. I'm doing a NMG muscle memory here. So kill that guy. Yeah, we do need to kill him. Sorry, I'm getting confused now. I'm tired. We kill that guy because we're going to do a boost here. So we're going to kill him so he's not in our way. And then wall run. You see that like white line right here? Wall run slightly to the left of that. So right about here. And then do a slow-mo boost from this exact position. Should just be enough height to, oh wow, that didn't work. Was I not far left enough? That must be what it is. Yeah, okay. So, more left. Yeah, I think probably like that black line, black dot there. So, I always look at this and I just go like left of that and it usually works. That time I didn't. So maybe look at like this black line, that should work. Then do a slow-mo boost there. And it's like just enough height to grab up here, which is really nice. And for here, you want to slow-mo like when you land like that, and then you should be able to wall run past the traps like so. And also past these. And then there's so we had 4 when we killed that enemy. We used 2 and then a slow-mo, so now you have 1. So you can break these to get up to 4 again. And then we're going to do another slow-mo boost here. And the enemies are in the way again, so we're just going to spam our... Spawn them first, and then we're going to spam our dad sword until they're dead. And then you want to line up, put your left foot in the corner right there of that tile, and do a slow-mo boost. You can do that without killing the enemies, and that is the way I would do it in runs now, but I haven't done it in a while, so it's like you can just do it without killing them at all. You just do the same position, whatever, and it works. But it is a bit risky if they attack you or something, so yeah. Get through that cycle, no problem. You can slow-mo there to speed it up a bit, but I believe in this category you want to keep your sand. Do that. This is the last tower here, the upper tower. And surprise, surprise, we're going to use another jump boost to skip it. So for this one, you want to do it from up here, and there's an enemy and 2 furniture item down there if you need more sand. But if you have 2, you can just get up here, do 1 awkward, which is just the counter animation. So you hold lock and press attack, and that'll be the position to do the slow-mo boost. And you should grab up here, and then you can break these, or actually no, sorry. Depending on the cycle, you want to make the cycle on the next traps. So if you're not doing the wall run, let me just get there to explain this easier. So you can either collect sand back there or right here before the traps. Because you do want to keep, you don't want to use slow-mo here because you want to keep all 4 sand for Vizier. So either collect sand back at the first location and then do this wall run here. Like that, which is faster. So that's like the fastest way to get across this gap here. But if you're not doing that and you just want to jump from the plank here, then get your sand here. Because you need to wait for the platforms anyway, so get your sand there and then just jump from the plank. But I usually go use this wall nowadays. And since we need to keep our slow-mo, you just have to wait for this cycle here. You could use slow-mo and then get sand later, but it's just slower. So you're better off to keep all 4 sand. But that being said, if you did lose some sand, you want to come over here and break this to get 4 sand. But if you manage to keep it, then you would just go directly to the switch by wall running up here. Can you climb over? All right, so 2 more slow-mo boosts. 1 right here. As soon as you enter the elevator, you can do it. Because the cutscene is there, you just have to get high enough to trigger it. Just gotta watch this cutscene, and as soon as the cutscene starts, start walking backwards, so like behind you. Roll away from the Vizier because they'll try to attack you. Then you can start slow-mo and go to the, you want to move back and slightly to the right, and then there's like 2 grass patches, and I'll show you which one. It's the right one, so you'll see here. You move back and to the right, start your slow-mo, and then see that that's 1 grass patch. The second one over here is where you want to do the slow-mo boost from. It's not precise, just stand on that grass patch and you should boost right up to the trigger to end the fight and go to the mental room. And so I'm not going to bother doing this whole section. Just be aware that you can't pause, because if you pause, you're going to soft lock. So just don't pause. Do this section just like any other run. Just watch anyone doing the run and you'll see how to do it. And then that's it. That's the whole run. So yeah, hope that helped. Hopefully we'll have more. There's the soft lock there. I paused by accident. Hopefully we'll have more videos along with this walkthrough, because this is just like very quick tutorial that I can make to show an outline of the whole run. But we'll hopefully add more videos to the playlist to help you out further. But yeah, make sure to check out speedrun.com for more resources, and good luck learning this category.